Good morning, Celebrate Recovery. My name is Deron. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ who celebrates recovery in and struggles with sexual impurity. Hi. In a world that is feeling the weight of the pandemic, we feel the sense of lack and scarcity that is all around us. In the beginning part of the pandemic, it was the scarcity for paper products. You remember walking down the aisles in Walmart and seeing no toilet paper, no paper towels or napkins. You couldn't even buy them online. It was like they were out all over the world. And then there's been other items over time, hair color for those of you who need it, hair scissors and clippers and things like that, as people aren't able to go to their barber or their hairstylist. There's been all kinds of things that people are having trouble getting. Games have been selling out. And these days, frozen pizza seems to be the hard thing for people to get. Go figure. What will it be next? Well, there's a lot of lack. There's a lot of scarcity around us, but the Word of God says that His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. That comes from 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. It's probably the verse that I quoted most often to my girls in the midst of challenge and struggle, in some kind of hardship as they grew up. I believe it is the kind of verse that we need to hold on to. It is an anchor in a time like this. When there is so much lack, when there is so much scarcity, we can certainly feel that in our lives in the midst of our recovery. That in this insular time, when we're not able to be with people, we're not able to have that normal kind of encouragement and fellowship that we need, we can feel like we lack the resources to recover well, to get past those hurts and habits and hang-ups. But the Word of God tells us a different story. Peter says to those churches, those early Christians, who were in the midst of their own hardship and trials, God has given you everything you need for life. Number one, everything in the Greek means everything. It means all things. If you need patience, God has a storehouse full of patience. If you need strength to fight a temptation, God has strength immeasurable. If you need compassion and kindness and goodness as you deal with your family who's in close quarters, God has it in full supply. And when you draw from His strength or His patience or His kindness, He still has an infinite amount left over to give you for later in the day and for tomorrow. You lack nothing. And He says He's given this in full supply in all aspects of life. There's no situation in life that you will face in which you lack what you need for that specific situation, whether it's a temptation or a conversation, an internal struggle. God has given you everything you need for life. He's given you everything you need today. He's given you everything you need for your recovery. You don't lack anything. So don't listen to the voice of the enemy who says you don't have what it takes. In and of yourself, you know you don't. But God has supplied everything you need. And He's done it by His glory and goodness. It's the gospel. He has provided through Jesus Christ, through His death and His resurrection, to defeat sin, to give you a new life and to give you new power. May the Lord bless you today as you live in the truth that He's given you what you need for life.